It's interesting to see that Forever 21 has actually gone ahead and removed this so called controversial t shirt. Now, in case you're wondering what the controversy is all about, the t shirt says, "Don't say maybe if you want to say no." So, in a sense, it says that, don't be so ambiguous or don't send out mixed signals. Rather, whatever you want to say, be direct and rather obvious about it. And therefore, if a no is what you have in mind, say so rather than saying maybe. Now, the controversy per se which has come up is to do with the supposed presumption and assumption that this is to do with sex. Now, why is it being taken with sex or sexuality, and particularly with the possibility of rape, etc.? That's beyond my ability to comprehend, because simply the fact that don't say maybe if you want to say no, that does not necessarily have any sexual connotation at all. It could be in the context of anything. In case somebody's force feeding you, don't say maybe that yes, I can take a little bit, and maybe when you actually don't want to have anything at all. Or something, say a movie which you watched and somebody asks you that did you like it or you liked it or whatever, and you say maybe when actually you want to say no. Then instead of being this ambiguous and giving a maybe sort of an answer, you can be direct and clear cut that no, I did not like it, or no, I do not want something, or no, I do not want to go to such and such place. Whatever, it need not be a sexual connotation. That's the whole point. And yet, if you look at some of the responses, it's as though this is completely talking about sex and sex alone. Let's look at some of them. Brad Simpson, Forever 21, allowed a shirt suggesting victims are to blame for rape. This is ridiculous. Why even come to this particular conclusion that this shirt is suggesting so and so? Because I don't look at it that way at all. Now, continuing with other responses, the Forever 21 t shirt blaming women for rape and okay. Now, this is not necessarily talking about rape or sex at all. It's just saying don't say maybe if you want to say no. And also, I would also like to add that apart from this whole, sexual connotation, this actually has a very positive message, because often, and let's say this is a men's t-shirt, right? So let's talk about women. They often have this tendency to give ambiguous responses and leave men guessing. So in that regard, rather making men wonder what's actually on their minds, if this t-shirt sends out a message that whatever the situation, whatever the context, you might as well be direct rather than giving a mixed sort of response which leaves us men confused. I think the message at the end of the day is a very positive one, so one should take it in that spirit instead of creating this whole controversy around it and then all kinds of these silly responses. How about we not perpetuate rape culture? Why are you even taking this with sex? That is the whole problem. And horrifying Forever 21 t-shirt is very rape. My goodness. So these kind of responses being made by people, it is quite silly. And right now the graphic t-shirt has in fact been taken off, and they've put this sold out tag, but in all likelihood just that they've taken it off, and it may not be available for purchase anymore. But then it's just silly the way people have responded, because this does not necessarily point towards sexuality, and to that too taking it to such an extreme level where talking about or thinking about rape. It is just plain and simple silly to think like that.